Hi friends, how are ya? Welcome back to my channel for a challenge video. I've been wanting to do more of these and I feel like this is a really fun one to try for the new year. And in this video, I'm going to try to eat only Daily Harvest for a week. 5 days, Monday through Friday, for breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, dessert, drinks, everything. I had this idea because around this time last year, I did an unsponsored Daily Harvest review where I tried a ton of different categories and like honestly rated it from my perspective, also from my ex-husband's perspective, who has a very different palate than mine. A lot of my opinions have changed and we'll get to that, but it performed really well. So you guys really liked it. And so since it's the new year again and we're all focusing on trying to be a little bit healthier, kinder to our bodies, get in more fruits and veggies and that whole thing, I thought that this would be a good time to do this video. And I am actually partnering with Daily Harvest on this video, which means I have a much better promo code than my unsponsored review, which I will still link down below if you want to watch that one. But in this video, you can get up to $40 off your first box with my code. So Michel Janse, and I will have a link down below. And I'm excited for this video. So let me just explain a little bit before we get into the actual eating. Daily Harvest now has a lot of different collections of types of food. So I wanted to try as many of them as possible to give you guys an idea as to which ones are my favorites, easiest, tastiest. So I thought this could be interesting if you're just a foodie, or if you're kind of interested in what plant-based eating looks like, or if you're actually interested in Daily Harvest itself and trying to figure out which meals are most like you and would fit into your lifestyle the best. I will say, when I first found Daily Harvest and did the unsponsored review, I was really attracted to it for a couple reasons. If you guys don't know this about me, I have celiac disease, so I have to be very safely gluten-free, and all of their things are gluten-free, so it was awesome. I didn't have to read any ingredients. They're fully plant-based, and they have a lot of very impressive ingredients. I studied nutrition, I went to school for that, and I was just very impressed. Like, for example, just a couple of these that I used for my thumbnail picture. This smoothie has things like flaxseed and parsnip, and then this Harvest Bowl has nutritional yeast. Love nutritional yeast. They just have a lot of very cool nutrient-dense ingredients in them. And I personally am now in a phase in my life where convenience and healthy ingredients take priority, and I'm willing to spend a little bit more to make sure that I am feeding myself really well. So I thought that this was a good challenge for me right now and in my phase of life too, where if something's easy and healthy, I'm all in. A question I got a lot when I did the unsponsored review was about packaging. They focus on recyclable and compostable packaging, which I think is really cool. They also have farm frozen food, which helps to reduce food waste, and they practice transitional organic farming. So I thought, oh, that's really cool. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna roll into the next 5 days of eating only Daily Harvest. I'll give you my thoughts. We'll try some new things together, and then we'll meet back here for my final thoughts. Day one, meal one. It's almost 10 a.m. Max and I just took a nice long walk and I am hungry. And though it's winter, it's getting to like 82 degrees outside, so I feel like today's a perfect day to try a smoothie. This one I have had before and it is my favorite, but it's been a while. So this is the mint and cacao smoothie. It's banana, spinach, cacao, cashew, chlorella, and peppermint. This is a luscious smoothie. So I was just reading, this has 230 calories, it has 5 grams of protein and 8 grams of fiber. That fiber is especially good. Let's see if it's as tasty as I remember. It really tastes like a milkshake. This one's my favorite. I love creamy, chocolatey smoothies. There's some really good fruity ones too, but this one is 100% my vibe. I haven't had spinach in my breakfast in quite a while, so this is already a huge improvement in terms of nutrition and nutrient density for me. And wow, just like that, it's 12:30 and it's lunchtime and I'm really excited for lunch. We are gonna have a Harvest Bowl for lunch. This one is one of my favorite. It's the sweet potato and wild rice hash. There's tomato, there's great northern bean, avocado, maitake. There's so many good ingredients. And in my last house, I did not have a microwave. I have a microwave now. You can do this on the stovetop, but I love being able to microwave these because there's no dishes. And in 4 to 5 minutes, it is ready to go. The material of this bowl I think is so cool because it's recyclable or compostable and microwave safe. I don't know how science has come this far along, but it's really cool. Oh, it smells delicious. Ooh, 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 ooh. Look at that. So this is another 11 grams of fiber and 11 grams of protein and a whole slew of new vegetables and plant-based sources of nutrients. I've already eaten more vegetables in the first few hours of today than I think I've eaten in the last like 5 days combined, which is really saying something. Let's give it a taste. This one's one of my favorites. I'm a big bean fan. So weird to say out loud. And also the tomato in here gives it kind of like a warming, comforting, almost like Italian dish feel. This for me is filling, completely filling for a meal. I have seen some people add their own protein on top of this. If you're not vegan and plant-based fully, adding an egg, adding some chicken, but I like it as is. So it's getting dark outside. It's like normal dinner time, and I'm very surprised that that lunch bowl kept me as full as it has kept me. I think because there are so many complex carbohydrates in that bowl, but I want to stick to my eating this for every single meal. So I'm going to make a smaller dinner. This is something that will be a first impression with y'all because I have not tried this. This is a Forager Bowl, which is like a savory, smaller bowl. It has fonio, kale, parsnip, cauliflower, leek, and pickled pepper. Peter Piper picked a pickled pepper. You can also do the stovetop or you can microwave it. So your girl's gonna microwave it because like I said, the reason I'm trying this challenge is to see the easiest possible way that I can eat nutrient dense food. All right, in she goes. That's easy. 3 minutes later, here's what we got. I was reading the second ingredient's actually organic kale. More greens, more leafy greens. And then there's like cauliflower rice. It almost gives me like a risotto kind of vibe. Haven't tasted it yet. Let's give this a bite and see what we think. Oh, it's hot. Wow. I should have waited longer to let that cool down, but it's surprisingly creamy. It actually kind of gives me a little bit of like buttery, cheesy vibes, which I was not expecting since it's fully plant-based. I'm impressed. Day 1 final thoughts. This is the first time in a long time that I've eaten 3 proper meals in a day. Actually, this might be the first time in like months for me. This is more fiber than I'm used to consuming. I'm a big fiber fan and I'm feeling it. I don't know if that's TMI, but like things feel like they're regular. That's the biggest noticeable change, and it's been really nice to put 0 thought into food and not have any cleanup. Those are my thoughts. Good morning. It is day 2. I woke up hungry, real hungry this morning. Also, it is a gloomy, rainy, cold day. And so today, smoothie doesn't really sound like the vibe. Something warm, something hearty. So we are going to try an oat bowl for today's breakfast. Banana oats, butternut squash, cacao, cinnamon, and reishi. I feel like it's very impressive that there's reishi in here. And yet again, something I can do in the microwave, but I want to try something new, new to me at least. Daily Harvest has little like milk pods. This is just almond milk, sea salt, and vanilla bean. And it's cool because you can do a lot with them. So they're little frozen pods like this without any like fillers or sugars or anything like that. And you can either blend it with water to make milk to drink, or you can put them in your smoothies, in your oats to make it really creamy. And since I woke up very hungry this morning, I want to try to make this hearty by adding a milk pod or 2 into it with the water. Let's try it. That's cool. There's like a little cheat guide down here for like if you use it in a smoothie, an oat bowl, a chia bowl, or a latte. So oat bowl, use 1 of these and a half a cup of water. Ooh, pop. There it goes. My half a cup of water. Then I just pop it in the microwave. This bowl's got some weight to it. And here's what it looks like. Fully done. Love that you can see the little pieces of squash and banana and cacao nibs. I love cacao nibs. Great antioxidants in cacao nibs. Oh, I even see sunflower seeds. Wow. Okay, it's very hot. I'm gonna make that mistake again of eating it too soon. That's pretty good. You know what would take it even another level? Adding a little bit of maple syrup on top. Making it like a dessert breakfast. Perfectly sweet as is. It's not too sweet, you know. Subtly. We'll see how long this ties me over until I'm hungry for lunch. So it's been 3 hours and I'm officially hungry again. I think that that's kind of average between breakfast and lunch, not quite sure, but I am craving a flatbread today and I have a confession to make. Over a year ago when I did the honest unsponsored review, the thing I was most apprehensive about was probably the flatbread. I don't think I was baking them quite right and I was like, eh. But I have learned a couple hacks. Now it is by far my most favorite category from Daily Harvest, especially this one, portobello and pesto. It has broccoli, artichoke, portobello, spinach, basil, and cashew. And one thing that I've learned that makes me really love these is adding a little bit of cheese on top. Obviously, they're vegan as is, they're great as is, but they are really great if you add a little bit of your own cheese on top. So I'm gonna show you the couple hacks that I've been learning to make these real good. First things first is I spray a little bit of oil on a pan because this helps the bottom get really crispy. Then add some Parmesan as the base cheese because I love Parmesan, but since Parmesan is lower and liquid, it can burn pretty quickly. So I do that on the bottom. Then I will top it with the vegan cheese because the vegan cheese doesn't burn as easily and kind of protects the Parmesan. And then you have like a multi-cheese situation. Then I just pop it in. Voila. Ooh, buddy, look at that. Then top it with some red pepper flakes. Cut it into triangles. And ladies and gentlemen, we have lunch. This is genuinely my favorite thing. It's so funny that this has become my favorite thing. To have almost like a pizza feel of a flatbread, but the first ingredient is broccoli. Big pesto girl. That's my favorite. That's my number one. Day 2, nighttime. Had another Harvest Bowl for dinner. Y'all have already seen that. So I'm here with my late night snack. I'm like all cozy up, watching Netflix, and I'm having this as a little treat. These are bites and they basically taste like cookie dough. It has chickpea, coconut, cacao, kombucha, maca, and vanilla bean. Guys, they're like little cookie dough bites. And the cacao tastes like little chocolate chips. And a bite has 100 calories, 2 grams of protein, 2 grams of fiber. The first ingredient is organic chickpeas. It totally satisfies the craving I've been having for a dessert. And it's sweetened with organic date paste. The maca in there too is such a healthy superfood. Wow, I'm definitely not feeling deprived. Good morning. Day 3. The number one way I'm feeling is like my digestion is moving and grooving. That's been like the noticeable change. And this morning it's really, really cold outside. So I am thankful that I had like hot breakfast and cold breakfast options. So we're gonna do an oatmeal and a coffee. This is their coffee and almond latte. It has almond, murasaki, coffee, ashwagandha, and cordyceps. And I've never had one of these. So this is gonna be really interesting to try. You can make it hot or cold. You can blend it for cold, or you can put it in a mug, add your milk, and heat it for 1 to 2 minutes in a microwave or stovetop. So we're gonna try it. All right. Oh, wow. Some oat milk. Well, it smells delicious. It smells like coffee and almond. I definitely get a strong almond scent. This is the color of it, which is like a light latte. I'm interested to see if it's sweet or not, because the only things that could potentially be sweet in here is maybe a little bit the almond butter. Almonds have a little bit of natural sweetness, or the sweet potato puree. So if it's good, I'll be excited because there's a lot of really healthy things. Oh, it's really good. It's not sweet, but it is like rich, like creamy. You can always add sweetener too if you prefer it sweet, but I actually normally have my lattes in the morning unsweet, but I think it's very like warming. So I just got home and I was out and about way longer than expected, and it's 2:30 and I have not had lunch. So your girl is hungry. So I think now is the perfect opportunity, kind of a weird late lunch, almost dinner moment to try something that I have been dying to try because it's brand new. Daily Harvest came out with something called bakes, and these are like sheet pan meals that you put in the oven. So they have the home cooked kind of feel because it's baked and there's different textures and it's just very hearty and complex. So now is a great time to try them. I have 4 different ones. We have the gigante bean and artichoke olio. That sounds great because I love those beans. This one also sounds so good. Squash and wild rice gratin. There's a chickpea coconut curry, or this one is super interesting. It's a cremini and smoked paprika rojo vieja, which has plantains. but I'm kind of feeling in the squash mode. So I think I'm gonna make this one. It has squash, wild rice, French lentil, Brussels sprouts, parsnip, and almond. And this could be either a really hearty big meal, or what I'm planning to do is eat as much as I want now and then save the rest for dinner, and it will already be baked. So, wow, there's so many ingredients. 20 grams of protein. Where's the fiber? 20 grams of fiber. Holy smokes. So their whole concept for these is it's supposed to be like a home cooked happy meal that is done quicker than delivery. So literally all you do is I preheated my little oven, popping this in, setting a timer for 22 minutes, I think. I'm gonna let that do its thing. We'll see. So I've just served half of it up into a bowl, and I'm really excited to see what it tastes like. I can see a lot going on in there. There's like, can you see this? Full piece of squash in that. I let it cool for a few minutes this time. It's really kind of like creamy, which I was not expecting. That must be there was a nut butter in this one, right? Then I have dinner. Or I might eat it all now. Who knows? We'll find out.
I'm waiting at the doorstep, I'm finally home. I've been gone for too long.
A little late morning snack. Not quite time for lunch, but I am getting a little bit hungry, so I'm gonna try different bites. This is the banana and cacao. Banana, cashew, oats, almond, dark chocolate, and chaga. Let's see how they compare to the other bites. Oh my gosh. That's like chocolate chip banana bread. Wait, this is so good. Just got all comfy in my pajamas, night of night 4. And I'm really craving something sweet, so you know what we're gonna have? We're gonna have scoops, which is Daily Harvest's version of ice cream. They recently came out with oat milk scoops, which I'm so excited about. So this one has banana, maple, oats, cacao, lion's mane, and sea salt. Here we go. There's like chocolate fudge swirls. It's really good. It's very sweet. The chocolate's delicious. The texture is a little bit more icy than normal ice cream, so I'd say it's kind of somewhere between like an ice cream and a sorbet, which is very nice and light but sweet. Wrapping up day 4 on a good note.
This is a good a day as any to start the rebuilding of life.
So, 5 days of eating only Daily Harvest later. What are my thoughts? These are my thoughts. Digestion was a huge noticeable difference. I felt like things were moving and grooving, and I know I said earlier, sorry if that's TMI, but that was a huge difference that I noticed. I also noticed that eating mostly plant-based, I added Parmesan once or twice, but other than that, fully plant-based kept me fuller than I thought it would, because you're eating a larger quantity of food, and all that fiber, all those healthy complex carbs kept me fuller than I expected. I will also say I did not run my dishwasher this week, which was amazing. That was huge. And then I was able to throw my packaging into my recycling bin. So I felt good about all of that. My favorite dishes, the ones I would personally recommend the most, are definitely the flatbreads, which I just laugh at myself about because, as you guys know, those were the ones I was most apprehensive about a year ago, and now they've turned into my favorite. But if you bake them with a crispy bottom and add a little bit of either vegan cheese or parm on top, a little bit of red pepper, oh, they're so good. So flatbreads, I really like the New Harvest bakes. I like the fact that it feels kind of like special in a sense, and they are more filling in my opinion than some of the other dishes. And then the mint chocolate shake, I love that one. I think that it tastes so much like a dessert but has such healthy ingredients, and it's always fun to have something minty and chocolatey. Those are 2 of my favorite flavors. So I would say those are my top 3. If I'm recommending someone to start off with something, I would probably recommend trying those first. I just thought this was a really fun challenge. I had a little bit more energy this week, which I thought was great. And as I've mentioned, I'm in a phase of life personally where I have to kind of prioritize things. My life's been a little bit chaotic, and taking care of myself is a priority. And if that means spending a little bit more on really healthy, easily accessible, convenient food, then I'm gonna do it because I know health is an investment, and just knowing myself and where I'm at in my life right now, I'm not gonna put forth the time to go grocery shop and cook those types of things from scratch. So I was really thankful to try this challenge. This is Future Mick-Elle, and I just wanted to pop in because I learned something new that fits the theme of this video perfectly in case you're interested. So Daily Harvest just released a new curated box, and they're calling it the New Year Edit, and it's curated by the in-house chef and nutritionist, and it's a 5-day menu within this curated box, which is funny because it's basically kind of what I just did in this last week, and it's 100% plant-based. So if you just kind of want to kick off the new year right, or just have a little bit of a reset in a sense, I think it's such a cool concept. So wanted to pop in and let you know that that exists, and I'll have more information about that in the description box as well. Like I said, if you want to see all of my thoughts a year ago, I will have that video linked down below as well, where I rate things on a scale from 1 to 10. As I also said, some of my opinions have since changed, but it could be just fun to watch. Thank you again to Daily Harvest for partnering with me on this challenge. Don't forget, you can get up to $40 off on your first box with code Mick-Elle Janse, and I will have that link down below. And thanks for joining me for a challenge. If there's any other challenges that you want to see me try for a week, I'm so down. I think it's just fun. It's a way to shake things up every once in a while, so let me know. Let me know in the comments down below. I'll be reading those. I hope you'll have the best rest of your day. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I will see you in a video very soon. Bye.
So give me a sign. Give me a sign. Oh, give me a sign. Baby, give me a sign. Just give me one more talking to you. Here we go again, staying up all night to see if you've been texting me. Where do we go from here? I wanna go all